The theme of all of our kathas today that comes from the Bhagwat Maharaj ask a very fundamental, potent question. And the question that it is asking is, who is the best? Who is the best? Which one of us here were the best? Of all the people to answer, Ishwar is answering. But you know how he's answering? Who is the best? And look at him. That's like the lady last night in the katha with the Majira. Huh? Who is the best? I want you to remember his reply. Because that's the lesson that we will learn today. That's what we are about to learn today. Who is the best? And the Angie, of all the people here this morning, who is the best? Everybody? Don't look at me. I am not the best, so don't even look at me. I am not the best. And I am admitting that I am not the best. And I am telling you that we live in a world among many people who think they know everything. I know nothing. My guru, thank God my guru was my guru and who he was. And my guru was the late Dharmachar. Bandiduta, you know what he said to me? I remember I was a little child on the day of my Janeyu. And you know what he said to me? He said, remember this for the rest of your life. There is no wrong way and no right way to pray. But when the opportunity comes to pray, pray from in here, not from here. Huh? Pray from in here, not from here. And he said to me, you know what he said to me? He said, every single function, an event, and puja, and yagya, and anything else, and I'm taking Janeyu, and he's telling me about yagya, something that I will never even dream of. Every single puja and yagya and anything that you will officiate at, everything that you will officiate at, whether what your situation and circumstances are and the aura of the people around you may be, do it as though it is your last. Do it to the best of your ability as though that's your last thing that you're going to do. So in the event that you don't get a chance to do something again, you have planted a good seed. I'll never forget that. Those are words that I will never forget. And so, this morning, the Katha begins to tell us, what will it say? Last night we listened to Kali. Kali sat where? In the throne. And because Kali sat in the throne, Kali clouded the mind and the thinking of Raja Parikshit. We live in a world among many people who are clouded mentally. Do you know that? Do as I say, but not as I do. Isn't that true? Are you guilty of that? I try not to be guilty of that. I try not to be guilty of that. Because if you know anything about me, you will know. If you can't get along with me, I know for a fact that nothing wrong with me. It had to be something wrong with. I know that for a fact. And if you don't like me, it's because you know why? I tried to pull up your socks. If you don't like me, it's because I tried to wring your ears and to pull you, to tug you onto the right path. And a person who disciplines you is a person you really don't like. You don't like that person. I looked at my Standard 5 teacher a few days ago in a function. And I said, Miss, you could see good? She said, yes. I said, you could hear good? She said, yes. I said, you sick in any way? She said, no. I said, your hands working and your legs working? She said, good. I said, how old are you? She said, I'm almost 80. Some. I said, Miss, bow down and touch my foot. She said, why? You know I'm not Hindu. I said, it doesn't matter what you are. Bow down and touch my foot. I said, because it's Because of me, you're living long. And you're healthy and happy and could move. She said, really? You used to pray for me? I said, miss, let me tell you. I don't want to lie. Every single day I went to school and I sat in front of you because she put me in front of her. I used to pray, God, send a lightning and strike her down. But you see, when you wish something bad for somebody, the opposite happens. You're praying for somebody to dead and you dead before them and you even know you're dead. Huh? That's how life is designed. It's designed that way. Never wish to be nobody. Never wish to be in anybody's position and in anybody's seat. Because every seat comes with challenges. Every seat comes with something that you don't know about. Do you know that? Something that you would not dream of understanding. You're seeing the smile, but you don't know the frustration. You're hearing the noise, but you don't know. You don't know. This morning, let's listen to what the Katha will tell us. The Katha begins by talking about a being who needs no introduction. His name is Narad Muni. What do you know about Narad Muni? Dave, one word to describe Narad. Dave say Kutsur. Papa, one word to describe Narad Muni. What will it be? You don't know? And so, Narad Muni, the celestial sage, what will happen? Narad Muni, the celestial sage, he makes his way to Vishnu Lok. And making his way to Vishnu Lok, what will happen? Narad Muni stands in front of Bhagwan Vishnu. And standing in front of Lord Vishnu, Narad Muni, he doesn't bow. Narad Muni puts his hands together. And as he puts his hand together, Narad Muni just begins to speak. Paying no obeisance to Bhagwan, to God, Narad Muni just begins to speak. And as Narad Muni begins to speak, what is he doing? Listen. What is he saying? Listen, it tells us. Narad Muni puts his hands together. He doesn't bow, but he puts his hands together. And so this is considered as seeking the Ashavad. Though he is not physically bowing, he's putting his hands together. There are several places that when you meet the holy people, you're not permitted to bow because of the energy that comes from that place, like the cremation site. So it is not disrespectful not to bow to the Guru when you see him on the cremation site. But it becomes respectful when you put your hands together. And when you put your hand together, automatically your head will. And so you are bowing. But you're not permitted to bow like how you're accustomed to bowing. And so Yogi Raj Narad, he's impatient. So if he goes to bow physically, it means that it will take away time. And so he wants to spend a little time that he has with Lord Vishnu wisely. You and I, we have to learn from that. We must spend our time. What's that word again? We must spend our time. Do we spend our time wisely? Some of us, we spend our time very idly. See what the idle mind does? That's what an idle mind does. But a God-realized mind doesn't allow the idleness to affect you. You continue. You always continue. You never allow that to disturb you. Because you know why? Eventually, it will stop. On its own. Because God say to you, enough is. There is a proverb that says, the long rope has. And so too with everything in life. Yogi Raj Narad wants to spend this little time and he doesn't want to waste it. Have you ever wasted time before? You ever had free time before? Sharon, you ever have free time? Sharon say plenty. Well, I want to borrow some of that from you. I want to borrow some of that. This morning when we got up, I went in the kitchen and I said, give me a bowl, give me some flour. Trisha, go bring the... Actually, I'm still waiting. Trisha didn't bring the milk up to now. Up to now, she didn't bring it. And Cindy said, what are you going to do? I say, you don't worry now. I'm going to do. My own hand, I am going to do. Today is Lord Hanuman's day. I'm going to make some road. I want to make something with my own hand. We all have the opportunity to do something with our own hand. What do we do? Every day I come here and I offer the mala. I'm offering the mala. A beautiful mala. See? But I get zero blessing from this. Because I have no clue who made it. I have no clue who picked the flowers. I have no clue where it came from. I have no clue. We live in a world among many people who have no clue of how blessed they are. Do you know that? No clue. Will never have any understanding of how blessed they are. Yogiraj Narad stands in front of Bhagwan Vishnu. And as Yogiraj Narad stands in front of Lord Vishnu, Yogiraj Narad says, oh Bhagwan Vishnu, Swarga, Mrityu, Patal, in the heaven, on the earth, and in the nether region, everybody sings your praises. You're Sarva Vyapak, Antaryami, Ajjar, Amar. You're omnipotent and omnipresent and omniscient, and you dwell here, there, and everywhere. You know what is happening in the heaven. You know what is happening on the earth, and you know what is happening in Patal. There isn't a place that anything and anybody will be hidden from you. Oh Lord Vishnu, knowing this and recognizing this, I want you to tell me, what is he about to ask? If there is one thing you could ask Lord Vishnu, what will that be? Huh? Dave said to me this morning, first thing as he saw me this morning, he didn't say Seetahal. He said, hey, you bring the book? I said, which book? He said, check and see when I got dead now. See how long. See, read for me. I want to know when we will die. And he looked at Cindy. He said, hey girl, you want to find out too? And she said, not me, you find out by yourself. Huh? After asking and saying all of these things, now he is going to ask Lord Vishnu. And what is he going to ask Lord Vishnu? Since you can see everywhere and you know everything, and you're the God of omnipotence and omnipresence, tell me, which one of the beings that pray to you in the heaven, the earth, and the Patal is the best being? Who is your greatest servant? Tell me. And Narad is not just standing, he's standing so. Who is your best? Have you ever done that before? You stand up in front of the mirror and your husband passed by and you look at him, you say, hey, how I looking? Huh? And he say, you're looking like you ironed that thing on ramful. You spend the whole day by the hairdresser and you come back and you look at your daughter or your son and you say, hey, Sandra say, hey, how I looking? And they say, you're looking like you get shocked. All your hair stand up. Huh? You pay to get that done? I could have do that for you for free. And I don't have to do that with blue dry and thing, you know, I could tap you up and your hair will look like that. Huh? He stands up with his chest up and he said, tell me now, who is the best? Who is the best? Everybody is the best, huh? Everybody wants to be the best. And so standing like this with his chest up, he says, Vishnu, bolo. Bolo means, tell me, I want to hear. Vishnu Uvacha, Bhagwan Vishnu speaks. देख वर कर भी का गंधर्वा का ऋषि का जिसमें का विनती करने वाले कर्मी का नारद की स्वभाव करने. He says, Narad, come. For you to see what I am seeing and for you to hear what I am hearing, you have to come and stand close to me. Be close to me. Have you ever been in a company of somebody who is talking about somebody, a person that you know really well, and they're saying something that is not true, and you say, hey, don't say that. You don't know. If you knew, you'll not be saying that. Have you ever had to do that before? Huh? You say, hey, don't say that, because you don't know the story. If you know the story, you'll have some kind of comprehension. There will be some kind of understanding. Have you ever had to do that before? Bhagwan Vishnu says, come and stand close to me. So you could see what I'm seeing and you could hear what I'm hearing. Sometimes you have to put your foot in somebody else's shoe. But Jagannath, before you put your foot in there, Some people forget they had to wash their foot, huh? And the smell that is coming from their shoe is really because of them and not because of what life has thrown out to them. Because they just like the trouble that they're in. So instead of trying to liberate themselves out of the trouble, they create their own trouble, they create their own drama, they create their own situation, and then they want everybody to cry for them. Huh? Narad Muni puffing up his chest, thinking that Lord Vishnu is calling him close to say, well, it's you. Huh? Lord Vishnu says, listen, what are you hearing? And Narad Muni hears thrice, 3 times, some being chanting, Om Namo Bhagwate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagwate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagwate Vasudevaya, and then hears nothing again. And so Bhagwan Vishnu tells Narad, he says, that being is the greatest bhakta. Narad hearing this, Narad says, really? I only heard, but I didn't see. I want to see Lord Vishnu. Take me, I want to see. Because now the ego of Narad is being shattered. There is somebody better than him. And so as his ego begins to become shattered, Lord Vishnu says, Narad, let us go. But I am going to sit on the back of Garud. You hold on to the foot of Garud. There are some people, they might be on the same bus with you. But always remember, their destination is not the same as yours. Huh? Have you ever been on a flight that is connecting? There are many people who will get off, and there are many people who will get on. And so too life is like this. We all have the ability and the opportunity to be on the same journey, on the same bus, together in camaraderie, with friendship and love and peacefulness. But everybody don't like that. So some people can't tolerate that. So they had to take a short drop for $2. Huh? They had to take a short drop for $2. Because that's your limit, $2. He said, you hold on to the foot of Garud. And Narad Muni, who has the ability to go to any realm that he wants because of his power, Narad Muni begins to laugh. He says, no, I will not hold on. I will come. You go and I will come. Bhagwan Vishnu is trying to teach Narad that whether how big or how small or how superior or inferior you think you are, the only thing that you have to do is hold on. Hold on to your trust and your faith in Bhagwan. Isn't it? And so Yogi Raj Narad, hearing hold on to the foot, you know what happened? His ego becomes even a little more shattered. Somebody ever tell you, hey, bow now. And you say, who? Me? Me and bowing by. He? Who is he? Huh? Have you ever done that before? Everybody is guilty. Shake your head so. Auntie Mola, shake your head so. You see Auntie Sinti shaking her head so. Huh? They say, hey, bow by Hina. He's... I know he What you say? Huh? I come back at Thursday. Huh? And Yogi Raj Narad, he holds on to the foot now of Garud. And Garud begins to soar. Soar means Garud begins to fly, but up. And as Garud begins to soar, what will happen? In the illusion that Bhagwan has created, night comes quickly. And Narad is so lost that he didn't even recognize that night came quickly, and he didn't even realize. Sometimes you and I, when we look at the watch, we say, wait, that's the time already? You didn't even realize, huh? And so, as night comes, Narad hears the being chanting again, Om Namo Bhagwate, Om Namo Bhagwate, Om Namo Bhagwate Vasudevaya. And then he hears nothing again. And Lord Vishnu points him down. down to the earth, and he says, look, my great bhakta lives there. He's a poor old villager. And so he's my great bhakta. And Narad says, how? What makes him great? What about him makes him great? And Lord Vishnu says, Narad, I will tell you. What will he say?